YouTube. It's Chozo the Destroyer. I don't know if you guys know this. My favorite thing in the world is totally and 100% puppets and nothing else. Like, I totally love puppets. This is me being sarcastic. I don't like them. They're disingenuous. They make me uncomfortable. Anyway, Randy Feltface. Randy buys a bookshelf. Grab your snackies, grab your bevies. Let me know what you eat and drinking down below. Let me know how you feel about puppets. I feel like they're disingenuous. I don't know why. It's like, they just make me uncomfortable. I'm paranoid. Let's get to watching. Maybe, if it'll play.
All right, here we go. Okay, fuck. Okay, here we go. Okay.
He doesn't have any eyelids.
Walking to Sky. Chapter...
I didn't need the lip smacking noise. Okay, it's fine.
1.
The sundress fun did break again. I'm not going to worry about it. It gets bugged every once in a while.
I bought a bookshelf on Gumtree recently. It was an amazing experience. I'll quickly tell you about it and then I'll read the book. But I found it strange because it made me start to think about the way, like, our methods of communication have sort of changed over the years. You know, in the old days, if you wanted a bookshelf, you'd just go see Gareth the bookshelf guy because he was the...
Gareth the bookshelf guy? You could just order it offline now. Or go to a furniture store. What is Gumtree? I'm assuming Gumtree is like secondhand stuff. Context, he's supposed to be reading a book he wrote and keeps getting distracted. Gumtree is Craigslist in Australia. Okay. Understood. I don't know, Gareth. I don't know anybody. First of all, y'all should just assume I don't know who anybody is. Because every single time y'all come in here and it's like, hey, so-and-so did this. And I'm like, I don't know who so-and-so is. And then y'all are like, you don't know? No, I don't know who anybody is. Like, I don't talk to anybody, okay? I know nobody.
The dude in your tribe that made the bookshelves. He had a little bookshelf cave. He was reputable. Now any mad bastard can sell their shit on Gumtree. You know what I mean? As a species...
Pat, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. Hold on. I fixed the sundress fund. Anyway. Pack, thank you for the resubscription. Gareth was phenomenal.
Where sort of mad bastard can sell their shit on Gumtree. You know what I mean? As a species, we're sort of able to cope with knowing and gossiping about around like 100 or 150 people. That's like the...
It might be worse that this is like a humanoid puppet to me. Like, I know he's like purplish and his head is round and he doesn't have eyelids, but like he's kind of human shaped and he's wearing clothes, and that might make it worse to me personally. I'm gonna be honest. Is that a possum on his shirt? Like, I just...
limit of our tribe. Any more than that, it starts to get confusing, which is why we created abstract constructs.
No, what is that? What is on his shirt? What is that? Just think of him as an IRL VTuber. Listen. There are some VTubers out there that also make me uncomfortable. Not with necessarily what they say, though that is also a thing. It's just, I don't know.
More than that, it starts to get confusing, which is why we created...
It's a sock puppet. I think what's on his shirt is a sock puppet. There's layers to this.
Abstract constructs like territories and deities to unite larger groups of people under an imaginary common factor. And it works a treat because we only really gather en masse on special occasions. But I think like social media and it's fucking all that up, you know? I don't think we're able to deal with the thousands of people we're connected to on a daily basis, and as a result we neglect our immediate 150, you know? That's why I never get invited to parties anymore. It's not because I ramble on about veganism.
Okay, I'm so sorry. His neck is bothering me. It's like it's got folds and stuff. The fabric of his neck is bothering me. I'm so sorry. I don't know what y'all expected. Kuma, I don't know what you expected, because I know for a fact that you have suggested this video like 20 times, okay? I don't know what you expected from me. You expected this, okay? It's like, everyone's gonna be like, quit fucking pausing. First of all, never. I'm gonna pause forever. I am the number one pauser. What up? Anyway, oh God, I get sidetracked really bad. I just expected this exactly. His neck folds in a weird way. Like, the fabric gathers in a weird way. And, like, my brain goes, that is skin. It's obviously not skin. It is obviously fabric. But, like, it just... Oh my God. It just... I just think about skin actually doing that. And I'm just like, ugh. Okay, anyway.
That's why I never get invited to parties anymore. It's not because I ramble on about veganism and fisting old ladies. It's because I'm not on Facebook and everybody just assumes you are. I am so behind on the births, deaths, and marriages of my friends.
I don't know, man. If I had a friend that only went on and on about veganism and fisting old ladies, and those are the two comments that he's willing to give in a conversation, maybe I don't want to be around that person anymore. I don't know what you got listen, I'm not here to kink shame you, legitimately, whatever.
Cheer 100, it's okay, you've gotten through the first minute. Just 20 more to go, Chelzo 1 lol.
Thank you for the bits. But like, maybe keep some of that stuff to yourself, okay? Just keep some of that stuff to yourself, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, okay? What I share with my wives are like my smutty fanfiction recommendations. I can't even talk anymore. I'm that flustered. My smutty fanfiction recommendations, okay? And yeah, maybe we'll sometimes talk about that, but like, I'm not getting hot and heavy conversations with them. And I know some people do, and that's fine. Whatever your personal comfort level is fine. This is that subject. I don't even know. I will probably stop going to those parties. For my own mental health, really.
I am so behind on the births, deaths, and
Ladarius, hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome.
marriages of my friends that I feel like the time traveler's wife every time I go to a party. I'm like, this is Tim, he's our son, he's 6 now. Fucking didn't even know you were pregnant. Anyway, and you know smartphones aren't that great. You know that, right? They're not that great. You don't need the internet in your pocket. You work at Coles, okay? You're not working for the president. You don't...
No, I need the internet in my pocket. It's my gateway to stuff. It's my doom scrolling, all right? I don't know. I want the internet in my pocket. If the one thing I get out of 2025 is the internet in my pocket, I deserve the internet in my pocket, okay? I'm having to deal with all this other stuff. Let me have the internet in my pocket, okay? Thank you.
The internet in your pocket. You work at Coles, okay? You're not working for the president. You don't need it. You don't need that much information. And also, what was the point of developing opposable thumbs for you to take a photo of your head and post it on the internet and then just stand by for validation? No one gives a fuck about your head. They'll only validate it in order to gain permission to post a photo of their own head on the internet and stand by for validation. The people who give a fuck about your head will at some point see it in real life. Fuck your head and the neck it rode in on.
Listen. I may have some enemies and I want them to know I'm living a great life. I say as I don't post on Instagram ever. I don't really post a lot. But still, I want them to be jealous of me. Why not? Why else would I want them to burn with jealousy? I guess. I don't know. Is that not what people do? I don't know.
Your vanity is sucking up my bandwidth.
How? You don't have the internet in your pocket. You don't want to have a phone in your pocket, right? You don't want to have smartphone in your pocket. Just get a dumb phone. Just get a dumb phone and leave that in your pocket. Hit a button like 5 times to get a specific letter to come out, man, when you text. Like that's T9 it. That's your business.
Anyway, this is what's going through my head as I'm on Gumtree looking for a bookshelf, because you know when you put something in the search in Booktree, what the fuck? When you put something in the search on Gumtree, I'm having a stroke up here. Yeah, when you put something in the search, right, and like there's always a couple of things that come up in the list that are like the polar opposite of what you search for. I'm like,
yeah.
Get out of my head, Gumtree algorithms, conspiracy. No, but seriously, you type it's like bookshelf, and it's like bookshelf, 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 gramophone, bookshelf, 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 combine harvester. What the fuck? It's actually a pretty good price. Anyway, on this
I assume, because I don't know the price of a combine harvester, to be honest.
particular day, I found 2 bookshelves that worked for me in terms of cost and, more importantly, geographical convenience, because I'd be fucked if I'm driving to Broadmeadows to pick up a bookshelf, right? So I type in bookshelf and I see the 2 things and I'm like, okay, one seller is Kathy, the other is Morgan. I send them both the same text message. Hello, I saw your bookshelf on Gumtree. Is it still available? Kathy texts back straight away saying, sorry, it went this morning. That's cool.
Okay. All right. Why?
Kathy, I'm sorry I gave you an annoying voice in the retelling of this story.
Okay.
Morgan's response came
The energy of Kathy was a little ridiculous.
through a couple of minutes later and simply read, it was my wife's bookshelf.
Did she pass? I'm sorry?
How do you respond to that? Aside from the fact that it doesn't answer my fucking question, his use of past tense in that sentence unnerved me slightly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I should probably just find another bookshelf. And then I noticed he lived in the suburb next to me, so I replied, is it still available?
I've had to re-ask the same question because your response to the first time I asked it gave me no actual information that I could use in any way, shape, or form, because I don't care whose bookshelf it was. I care whether or not it's still available. Sorry for your loss, I guess.
He responded with the letter Y. Just a Y? Is he asking me why I want to know if it's still available? Or is it a Y for yes, and he's so in the throes of grief that he can't manage the E and the S?
Yeah.
I assume it's a Y for yes, so I respond, cool, I'll take it. When's a good time to come and pick it up? No reply for 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, he's forgotten about me, fuck it, I'll find another bookshelf. And then when his reply actually does come through, I realise he's
VG, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it.
spent those 15 minutes crafting his response because it's a fucking thesis.
No. No. Why are you texting me this much? I'm just trying to buy a bookshelf from you. Why are you giving me this much information? Listen, there's one thing that just drives me a little bit insane. Let me have some water. Hold on. Oversharing strangers. And I say this because, like, I have worked at different types of retail. Oh my God, let me tell you what happens when you work retail pharmacy. Okay, you're a pharmacy tech. You're just trying to check this old man's, like, you're just trying to, like, sell his medication to him so that he can go about his day and live his life or whatever. And then he starts telling you about all of the problems he has, and he makes wife deprivation, whatever, talking down on his wife jokes, and like then he starts telling you his life story, and then he starts telling you shit about his wife that's not favorable to her at all, and you're just sitting here like, the whole time. Like, like the whole time. Like, please quit talking to me. I got so much other shit to do right now, but I can't be mean to you because, you know, we're supposed to be nice, customer service, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, and you can't get a word in without interrupting him. And my little Southern heart, I'm like, interrupting is rude. So, like, I'm just sitting here like, please. Depreciating. Yeah, that's the word. I'm like, please. And like at the same time, in the back of your mind, you're like, this is the only social interaction this man is probably getting. Like he only gets social interaction from going to the doctor's office and coming to pick up his medication and his wife that he apparently thinks not highly of. So you're just like, why me? Why did I come to help him? I could be counting so many medications right now. I could be inputting prescriptions right now. I could be answering the phone that's literally going 27 calls in queue. Ring, ring, 27 calls in queue. I'm not joking. It's literally telling me this. And I'm just like, I swear to God, my dude. Like, oh my God, I don't need your life story. I'm sorry. You like have me hostage and I do not need it. Anyway. Also, I don't need to know some of the information. Like a little bit of back and forth, I'm totally fine with. Like a little bit of conversation, that's fine. And I would love to help you with anything that you need help with. Or get someone that can help you with anything that you need help with. I don't need your life story. I don't want your life story. Like, I'm sorry, I don't.
Must have felt so bad about only using a single consonant in his previous text that he just massively overcompensated with this one. Also, for some reason, felt that the use of punctuation, entirely unnecessary.
No!
It's just one obscenely long sentence which reads, "You must come and pick up now. I only have short time here at house and also it wide. So bring van or trailer and there stair. But I can help you carry downstairs. If you come park out front, walk up past ring bell and I will help you carry it to trailer or van. I only accept cash and if you do not come now, I will sell it someone else." Again, I'm thinking, I should just find another bookshelf with this.
Yeah, it's like, this seems shady as hell. I don't know. Is it a bookshelf? Is bookshelf slang for something that I don't know about? Like, am I gonna run into some cops and be in trouble? What the hell am I about to buy from this dude?
But now I am fascinated by Morgan and I simply must meet the man. So
Cannot relate. Sorry. I would be too like, no, something is off.
I drive over to his house. Oh, before I left, I sent him a message saying, "Cool, I'll be there in 10 minutes. He replied, "Okay," but spelled it O-K-A-Y, which just fascinated me more that he'll use 4 letters to spell a 2-letter word, but only 1 letter to spell a 3-letter word. Morgan is off the fucking chain! And as I'm driving over to his house, I'm trying to picture what he's going to be like, you know. His pidgin English might suggest ethnicity of some sort, but I don't want to racially profile him. Maybe he's an old man who recently lost his wife and is not that very good at
I must meet this presumably crazy person is the most white male privilege sentence in existence. I would just be so put off by this whole interaction. I'm gonna be honest.
profile him. Maybe he's an old man who recently lost his wife and is not that very good at texting. Or maybe, and I'm really hoping this is the case, Morgan is just batshit crazy. So I get to his house and I go up to the... I park out front, walk up past ring bell, and I brace myself for the door to be opened by like an old man in a smoking jacket, wearing fishnet stockings and suspenders, just puffing on an opium pipe, while a butler just creepily polishes a goldfish in the background. And then a tiny pug dog wearing a fez hat just trots up the hallway, sits on the mat, looks up at me and says, "Welcome to our lovely room."
See, you're thinking fantastical shit. That's not what crazy people are like. They don't have fantastical, magical talking animals.
And then the door opens and I am thoroughly disappointed. Before me stands an average Caucasian male in his mid-30s, dressed casually, hipster chic, stubble, glasses with designer frames, expensive watch. I immediately think architect, but the house is...
Why did you study him like you were casing this man? Like, just... Designer frames. Like, come on, man, what?
Too cheesy for that. It's like a double-story doll's house with bay windows. But definitely a designer of some kind, maybe a graphic designer. He's too skinny for manual labour. He's too hip for the public sector. But this can't be Morgan. Because Morgan's text messages would suggest that he's not that technically savvy. And then the man standing in front of me says, "Hello, my name's Morgan." And the plot thickens! He invites me in, shakes my hand, closes the door, and 20 minutes later...
I can't explain how, like, it shouldn't be a problem that he closed the door, but immediately you're going into the house of someone that you think might be crazy, and the fact that you mentioned, like, he closes the door. Are you not concerned? Am I the only one too paranoid for this? I think I'm the only one too paranoid for this. I'm gonna be honest. First of all, I would not be rolling up alone. Second of all, I just wouldn't do this. I don't know. I would not do this.
I will be witnessing Morgan perform some of the most aggressive acts of violence I've ever seen in my life, and I will be speeding away in my car, bleeding from the face. What? Aggressive acts of violence. Later, I will be... He invites me in, shakes my hand, closes the door, and 20 minutes later, I will be witnessing Morgan perform some of the most aggressive acts of violence I've ever seen in my life, and I will be speeding away in my car, bleeding from the face. Here's how this shit went down. I go into the house and I notice...
And he was a serial killer? Like, what do you mean?
Two things immediately. One, this is a house in the throes of renovation. Nothing too extreme, but there's like drop sheets on all the furniture, there's freshly painted walls, there's a bathtub wrapped in plastic in the hallway awaiting installation. Someone's doing some work on this house. The second thing I notice, on the way up the stairs to the second floor, on the first floor landing, is a wedding photograph featuring a very cleanly shaven Morgan with a very beautiful bride, very much in love. The photograph is very much on the floor and the glass in the frame is very much smashed. She's not dead, she's left him, and the plot thickens a bit more for Morgan. And as Morgan unceremoniously, kicks the photo frame to one side on the way up the stairs, I really wanted to pry into Morgan's life.
Hey, man. It just so happens that one, I would not be in this situation at all, so I wouldn't be able to ask, but I happen to be nosy. And you let me in your house. What's going on? You looking for someone to vent to who has no idea about your life at all and you'll never see again? Just asking. You know, it might help get it off your chest a little bit. I got some southern phrases that might make you feel better at the end of the day. Let me know.
And ask heaps of inappropriate questions. But he was clearly a broken man. He had this terrible air of sadness around him, so I didn't want to intrude. Luckily for me, though, I didn't have to, because Morgan immediately began oversharing and told me the whole fucking story. Thank you, Morgan. I shall hang off your every word and then retell your tale to 200 strangers and record it for a fucking DVD.
Have you guys seen the TikTok trend where it's like somebody sitting there and they're typing on a computer, they're reading or something, they have like AirPods in or like earphones in or whatever, and something out of pocket gets said and they just reach over and flick their AirPod or their earphone out of their ear so they can listen? That's me. Like, I don't want to be involved in the conversation, but I want to know everything that has happened. I want to know all of the details, but I don't really want to be involved in it, you know? I'll just be over here pretending to mind my own business, eating my little chocolate cake, pretending to read something on my phone. Give me every bit of information. I might be texting the wife chat. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry that I'm giving them a play-by-play or whatever crazy fucking thing I'm hearing in person, because I'm Southern and that's what we do. Just keep talking. It's fine. Get a little louder while you're at it. I mean, he's just in the puppet.
He is a graphic designer, yes, and he's really good at it. He does like massive rebranding campaigns for large corporations. He gets flown all over the world doing this shit, right? About 4 years ago, a woman hired Morgan to rebrand her florist business, and he did such a great job, she married him. And he thought everything was just fine until about 3 months ago. Morgan had to do a presentation in Sydney, right? But he was on his way home from overseas and he got stuck in Dubai due to a flight cancellation. So rather than cancel the meeting, Morgan suggested to these businessmen in Sydney that they do a Skype chat because he's so technologically savvy despite his fucking baffling text message style. So Morgan checks into a...
Listen, sometimes you cannot be fucked to give a shit to text correctly, okay? Like, sometimes you're just like, I don't care. Like, and I feel like he's just in the, like, I don't care point. Because, like, you know, it takes effort, I assume, really, to, like, text and stuff and do it quote-unquote correctly, so, you know.
Hotel cracks open his laptop and starts Skyping with this room full of businessmen in Sydney who are all watching Morgan on a massive screen on their boardroom wall, right? And everything's going great. Morgan is totally nailing it until about halfway through, he realises that a file he wants to show these dudes is on the desktop of his home computer back in his home office in Melbourne. And he decides to live share the desktop of his home computer on the Skype chat. He knows how to do that. He can control his computer remotely from anywhere in the world. It's not particularly new technology, but Morgan makes it sound so impressive. So this room full of businessmen are all watching keenly like, oh, Margaret, bring in some biscuits. There's some newfangled shit going on in here.
There's some newfangled shit. Anyone who's ever had issues with the Dell computer can tell you, like, yeah, this is a thing that exists, because, like, half the IT bullshit, whatever, with a Dell computer is letting them access your fucking desktop remotely. Just, I have a feeling this is gonna go bad.
As Morgan clicks a few buttons and brings up the desktop of his home computer on the Skype chat. Now, what Morgan doesn't realise is that his wife has been using the photo booth app on that particular computer to take pictures of herself, to take naked pictures of herself,
On his work desktop? When is this from? Why would you not have your own separate computer? Why? Just get your own computer.
Doing some pretty fucked up shit. It's embarrassing, to say the least. Just as Margaret came back in with the biscuits, I've got you the... Now, Those of you who are familiar with the Photo Booth app will know that how it works is it accesses the built-in camera in your computer and with a click of a button, takes a photo of you when you're standing in front of the screen. And if you know that, you'll also know that if you leave that application open, the camera also stays open, witnessing whatever may be happening in front of the computer in real time, such as your wife in your home office fucking your best mate.
On a business call? On a business... Rip that marriage.
Morgan then goes on to tell me she's keeping the house, his former best mate is moving in, and while they're out for the day happily shopping for fittings, Morgan must suffer the indignity of moving his shit out and selling the stuff they don't want on Gumtree.
Why is she keeping the house? Was it a premarital asset? Because if it's not, I think you have good standing to keep the fucking house if you want. Because divorce laws. I mean, yeah, but I mean, he has evidence of cheating. If there's infidelity, a lot of the time you don't want to stay in the house you cheated on. Yeah, that's fair.
To this guy. It's at this point of the story that Morgan starts crying. He breaks down, and I do not blame the man. It's fucking horrible, and I just want to give him a big hug and say, everything's going to be all right, Morgan. But I am holding the full weight of a bookshelf halfway down a set of stairs, and Morgan is the only thing stopping that bookshelf from caving my face in. I was like, Morgan! And Morgan managed to pull himself together for about 8 seconds and then just went bah and let the bookshelf go. I fell backwards. It literally rolled over me and took out the light hanging above the staircase. I'm now lying on my back getting showered in broken glass because the bookshelf end over end it just went thonk right through a freshly painted wall at the bottom of the stairs. I'm like,
No, this isn't my fault. This is not my fault. I'm a bystander, and I'm an injured bystander at that.
I've got a tiny cut on my forehead, which is just pissing blood for some reason.
Because that's what happens when you get injured on your head. It bleeds a lot. Head injuries bleed a lot.
Apart from that, I'm fine. Morgan, however, he's not fine. Morgan is the opposite of fine.
Is this bookshelf his last reason? And by his last reason, I mean, is that the thing that like snaps his reason? Like, is that what just like absolutely snapped his mental stability? You know what? Fuck this house. Like, you know?
Something happened when the bookshelf lodged itself in the wall and his sadness just went away in a second and he started pissing himself laughing. Hysterical. And he had the creepiest laugh I've ever heard in my life. I'm standing going, this is weird, and he's going...
Yep, he's cracked.
Like some sort of demonically possessed baritone kookaburra. It's like...
Hey, man. Sorry some of us don't have, like, quote-unquote normal laughs. Sorry some of us sound like a cold start on a winter morning engine. All right? Trying to turn over. Don't judge me. You're a puppet.
Can I still have the bookshelf? He's like, yeah. We extracted from the wall. The bookshelf, incidentally, showing no sign of having just rolled down a staircase and smashed through a wall. We carry...
That is a goodly built bookshelf. It is a nicely built bookshelf. Good for you.
Out to my car. We had to stop about 6 times because Morgan was like, hang on a minute. We got it to my car, put it on the trailer, and Morgan was in such a great mood, he let me have the bookshelf for free. Oh! And that's where the story should end. But there was something about the bookshelf going through the wall that flipped a fucking switch in Morgan's head, and
There it is.
he is now hungry for more destruction. So as I started tying the bookshelf down to my trailer, Morgan just strolls over to like an upright mailbox on the front lawn and just starts trying to wrench it out of the ground, just really putting his back into it. He's like, I'm like, you okay, buddy? He's like, yep.
One of these is gonna break. Either me or this motherfucking mailbox.
He pulls it out of the ground, whereupon he wields it like a fucking battle axe and just starts smashing up the front garden, just beheading the daisies, fucking up the lavender. I'm like, oh, hey Morgan, maybe you want to stop and think about that. And he wheeled around and looked at me like Jack Nicholson chasing Shelley Duvall up the stairs in The Shining and said, why don't you mind your own fucking business? Yep, cool man, yep.
Thanks for the bookshelf. Have a great one.
Now, I like tying knots. I'm quite good at tying knots. If I tie something down, I take my time because I want it to stay there. But as Morgan nonchalantly strolled up the driveway, rolled up the garage door, and put the mailbox through the windscreen of an Audi, I must admit, I kind of rushed my knot tying job. I got in the car. I'm about...
You know what? Yeah, I feel like if I drive carefully enough, it might just stay in the trailer for a block or two. I don't know. You know, it's probably fine if I don't drive crazily. I could just maybe put some distance, a little bit of distance.
to drive off. I'm like looking at the house going, I'm sure he'll be fine. And then an armchair smashed out of an upstairs window and just went doink, 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 doink down the front lawn. I was like, what's my duty of care in this situation?
It's not. I got my bookshelf and I'm out. I don't have to have a duty of care. That's his house as far as I'm concerned. As far as I am aware, because there's no evidence anywhere that anyone can find that says that I know differently. That's his house and he can do whatever the fuck he wants and I'm out.
I didn't want to call the cops on him. I didn't want him to trash the house. I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to...
Why don't you want him to try? It's not your house. It's not your business. You just leave. You got your bookshelf. You got what you came for. You leave.
Talk to Morgan. So I got out, I walked up the driveway, shitting myself. You know when someone does something really violent and you're just like, fuck, we're not supposed to do shit like that. Yucky, just yucky feeling in my tum-tum. And I'm standing there.
What if I'm the next window that the armchair comes at? You just leave, my guy. You just leave.
Standing there in the garage, and there's like an adjoining door in the garage that leads into the house. I can see in through the door into the house, up the staircase. It's like a wooden staircase, and I'm standing in the garage just going, Morgan! Morgan! Like I was calling a cat for its dinner. Like, Morgan! Moggy, 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 moggy! And then I notice a small trickle of water start to come from the top step. And then a little bit more water, and then quite a lot of water. Just pissing down the stairs like a shitty water feature. I'm like, that can't be right. And then Morgan appeared on the top step holding a hammer like this. Bah! I was like, whoa! He's like, bah! Starts running at me, wielding the hammer, going, bah! I'm like, oh no!
Should have just left.
I just wanted to buy a bookshelf. He's like, run straight past me. I'm like, where are you going? He's like, made a beeline for my car. I'm like, no, man, stop it. Stop it. just stop. He spins around and goes, I just checked my phone. She texted me 15 minutes ago saying she'll be here in 15 minutes. We gotta go! And gets into my car.
Now you're an accomplice. You should have just driven away. You should have just driven away because now you're an accomplice.
Jesus. Fuck me. I run down the lawn, get in the driver's seat. I'm like, what was with the water? He goes, oh, I put plugs in all of the sinks and turned all the taps on. I'm like, oh, that's fucked. He's like, just drive. I was like, nah. I took off so quick, rounded the corner at the end of his street, and the bookshelf just went, boosh, and exploded against the guardrail. Just exploded in a shower of badly tied knots and broken dreams.
If you had driven carefully, wouldn't have been a problem.
So me and Morgan just fucking left it there. Like a little breadcrumb for his ex-wife to find on the way home to her destroyed gingerbread house. I dropped Morgan at a train station. I have never seen him again. And that, my friends, is why I no longer shop on Gumtree. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Fuck. You know my favourite bit of that story? I just made it up. Yeah, it's not true. There is no Morgan. It's very unsatisfying, isn't it? But I saw him in my head. I saw Morgan in my head.
Well, I'm happy for you. Is that what you just assume every Craigslist Gumtree interaction is? I had a friend that did a lot of stuff from Craigslist. He would find jobs on Craigslist. He would find, like, furniture. He would find deals and stuff like that. So, like, I don't know how. I mean, I just think interacting with other people are just sketchy anyway, but, you know.
Why is it we can feel so robbed when someone tells us a story we just heard isn't true, and yet so satisfied at the end of a fictional novel? No. You know the other great thing about that story? First draft. Fuck you, Hemingway!
My deeds are a puppet, so... You're a puppet, so I already have trust issues when it comes to you and everything you say or do. I already find you disingenuous. And I know VTubers are basically puppets. I'm aware of the irony here. I'm aware of it. I don't need you to explain it to me. I'm fully aware of it. Long live Morgan.